Good afternoon, Speed Gaming fans. I am Kachiri, and welcome to today's Link to the Past League of Season 3, Week 3, Casual Boots. Joining me today in the booth is Tracy M. How you doing today?
Doing great. Looking forward to this race between a couple of really good runners. Ace is a good friend of mine. WeightyWords, a really good runner. Pug Trio, of course, 4-0 so far in the league, so definitely a tough team. But I think Ace good enough. He can take this one. Kind of needs it for his team. They're only 1-3, so it's a big race for them.
Yeah, this week, we're of Week 3 of 7, which means you need to start getting wins now if you want to still be competitive to be in the top 3 to move on to playoffs. We are the imposters. Are going to look for going 3-3 this week, but it's going to be a tough fight against Pug Trio.
Yeah, like I said, Pug Trio 4-0, but things happen in Randomizer, and this team is no slouch of a team. Waterloo and Hitsion being the other two, and of course Hitsion being on the defending championship team that didn't stay together this year. So definitely they are capable of taking these races.
We should be getting started any second now. So casual boots, we're going to play standard. So we're going to start out with the escape sequence. We're going to have the boots at the start, as you can see on their file names. And we are also going to get the sword once we talk to the uncle and get the uncle item. So technically they have the sword, but not yet. And they're off!
Here we go. Not a whole lot to talk about at the beginning because, they're going to be doing exactly the same thing, getting the exact same item, so no route divergence. And we get a mirror early, so that's a nice item. It does actually help. We'll see if they remember that they can mirror out of Zelda Cell when the time comes.
We get a
map check.
Yeah.
I saw a pendant at Eastern. That was a very quick map check.
Well, crystals everywhere else, and one of the things about Casual Boots, you want to avoid bonks. And unfortunately, AceZer0 already bonked. We're synced back up. Now we have our sword. Now we got the 10 arrows. Yeah, so crystals on Desert, crystal at Hera, and red pendant on Eastern. And so technically...
we would have gotten our boots very quickly, because that big 20 represents where our boots would have been.
But, if that big 20 was anywhere else, that would not change logic for this mode.
No, it doesn't. That big 20, though, and 20 rupees early on. You're not going to see the runners look for a bomb prize pack, most likely, like you would in other standard versions, because they will be able to bonk the sewers at the end. If they happen to grab some bombs, it's nice, because then you don't have to worry about them as much for Kakariko. But right now, you just want to go fast.
Nice spin slash there from Weighty. AceZer0 also got the same spin slash.
And we'll be at our next item pretty soon.
Yep, up next is the vanilla boomerang chess item.
That is correct. And just another 20. The regular kind of 20. Okay, WeityWords taking a small lead here. At this point, the lead doesn't really mean a whole lot. But it's going to get this item first. Going to do a pot throw. Fastest way to do this is just with sword slashes. But the pot throw doesn't lose you too much time. Ace does need to be careful here.
Yep, and as you see, doing the pot throw avoids having to be up close and personal with that ball and chain guard.
Yep.
Now AceZer0 is down to 1 heart. Taking death here isn't that costly because it puts you right back at the throne room, but you still don't want to take a death here.
That would be a feels bad. You'd basically lose all the time you gain for having that mirror, depending on where that death actually happened. Mostly I'll have to be careful of these snakes coming up.
I always
hit pretty hard. The rats don't hit very hard.
The keys that's up here, the keys, yeah, that key always is the bane of my existence.
And of course, this had to be the key to get to the back. And it was. We're back out of the snake area, so it should be okay at this point. Those rats don't do a ton of damage even on green mail.
Oh, that rat trolling Weighty, and then Weighty runs into the other rat. Fine, though.
Okay, let's see what we have in the sewers.
3 more checks here. We're going to start out with the Master Sword.
Master Sword already.
And it's going to get really scary if we find ourselves the lamp. Because that could mean Aga.
We are a lamp away from an Aga possibility. A little bit early to say for sure. It does feel like when you have these early boots that the Aga seeds kind of come up a little bit more. Although that may be more for the item, just because you have the boots already, and that's one of the things you need to get that item.
Alright, WeityWords the first one now. They're about the same time. Weighty with a little bit of lead. They get the red boomerang for the last item. And now let's see what these runners decide to do.
Yeah, boomerang, not a bad item. Not really what they're looking for, though.
I'm personally a fan of the Houlihan to Eastern play from here, because you can bonk into Shroshla's closet, try and get yourself a bile or something for going to CAC, but we're going to get the free check here at Bunk Rocks, which is another piece of heart.
Yeah, we saw a lot of the early Saha plays in the SG Live tournament, and we might see more of that with the SG Live tournament coming up this week, this upcoming week, because they have the open boot setting rather than the casual boot setting, which means you just start with boots and no sword. Tree pull is 10 arrows, not really useful for us since we don't even have a bow yet. Oh, but the crab has gonna hook us up with some bombs.
The hoarder crab with all the bombs, get yourself a nice 8 bombs right there. That's going to set you for the rest of your Spear 0 checks. All right,
and piece of heart. So we're definitely not killing Aga for the item, and even if we do kill Aga for Dark World access, we're not coming back for that. So we're doing another round with crabs here because we're gonna get, we want to go in with this main bomb. Nope, WeityWords decides not to bother with these. See if Ace decides, and another piece of heart that he's just gonna ignore.
Yep. No, I mean you only really need about 7 to 8 to get to what all you need to do in the light world for bomb checks.
Yeah, that's true.
You'll just pick up bombs naturally as you go.
Yeah, and with the sword, you don't have to. The mini Moldorm cave is the big bomb user, but when you have a sword, you don't have to worry about it there. WeityWords does check another tree pull, though. Maybe looking for some money.
Alright, going to Kakariko. A whole bunch of checks here. I start out with Blind's Hideout.
Alright, we start with arrows. Tempered sword, 650 in. A bottle of blue, which is a nice luxury. And we'll be able to do sick kits, so that's nice. And at 20 rupees.
All the swords already. Wow. Well, not all the swords, but you know what I mean.
A tempered sword this early is really nice. You don't even have to think about whether you're going to have to do any kind of Master Sword Ganon shenanigans.
Plus, it makes so many bosses like 10 times easier. Like you
don't
have to worry about rage from Moldorm unless you accidentally poke. Lamos only takes a few hits if you have to do Lamos without any of the rods. I mean, well,
there's a glove.
Yeah, we're not glove. We are 1 item away from Dark World access. Either lamp or hammer.
Or hammer glove.
Oh look, we found all of our money.
Okay, money not going to be an issue for the bottle vendor now. Not anywhere close to Zora. It is in logic with those gloves, but and even more in logic with those flippers, but not I don't know if we'll see any of them go to that at this time.
We'll see probably some water runs though. South Zora to water run.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the Zora check if you can't do the whole thing, but certainly all of it's in logic, so you might see them gamble on Zora not being anything if we don't see the money pickup.
So we got a second bottle. We'll see what the sick kid wants to give us for the 2 bottles. Oh,
That's a
okay.
fire rod. What's he doing carrying a fire rod in his bed?
He's sick, so you know, gotta make sure he's nice and toasty to get the
Oh,
virus
there you
out.
go.
But yeah, no, this seed has been extremely generous to the runners.
And we will get the library item if it's anything useful.
Which
It's
is
a bow!
it?
It is a bow. Okay. We got a bow.
Well then.
Just which is going to show up? The lamp, or a glove, or a hammer?
No,
And
or a third bottle.
Number three is not going to be picked up.
3 bottles in Kakariko. But wow, okay.
This kid really wanted to get rid of that fire rod.
Now, so fun fact, that fire rod and bow actually makes it to where Eastern is completable. The only thing that's
it's definitely
yeah,
completable.
the big key,
If the big key is in vanilla, then it actually won't be logically completable. So we'll see if it looks like Ace is just going to go straight there. I'd like this play better if it was a crystal, but it always feels like that if you get the items to complete Eastern early, it's never a crystal. It's always a pendant.
But, you know, with what happened with me earlier this week, I ran into Eastern early, and my opponent didn't go and find all the tools for Swamp House until an hour after I did. So this could be the same thing.
This could be the right play. I mean, even without the bow, could be the right play. Could be an early something in Eastern. WeightyWords doing the more traditional trip over to the mini mold arm cave.
And got the cleanest mini mortar room for a whole bunch of arrows, blue mail, a shield, and $20.
Blue mail's a nice luxury, but really nothing to write home about in that area. He'll probably continue on to Ice Rod Cave, and we'll see if he decides to do any of the flippers checks. He could do the hobo, he could do the you could just go straight over to Zora and hope to get the money, and if not, he just leaves the one item behind.
I could see the water run happening. We also have Mirror, so Ice Rod.
Well then, that's not progression, but if WeightyWords puts off the Eastern play, if there's nothing else in here, it might be a while before he gets there. Now we don't know for sure if we'll need it.
Oh, there's our Dark World. Yep.
Yeah, there's our Dark World. I can't imagine Ace is gonna miss on that though. If he's gonna put it off, like he doesn't have a flute to make it worth waiting on, and he will have done a lot more checks before he'd gotten there, so leaving that behind doesn't make a lot of sense. And we are going to do the water walk. Let's just see where we're going to do the water walk to. I do like the choice of doing the water walk even with flippers. It's just so much faster. And there's getting close to that Zora money. So if Ace remembers, he could actually get really close to that Zora money by dropping into the rupee room that's on the right of the dark room where the Igors are. Now he still doesn't have that lamp, so that's a little tricky to do it, but.
Yeah, as long as you know how to get there. Plus, the fire rod will light up the room if you light up the room before it.
That's true. WeightyWords, on the other hand, looks like he is going to go for the rest of these flippers checks that he can do. Unless he gets like 2 300s or something like that, he's not going to have the money for Zora himself. And since that was not a vanilla big key, he is in logic to finish, but he decides not to because it looks like he got all 3 items. And that makes sense. It's not a green pendant. It looks like a blue pendant. I actually, I'm not sure the tracker even keeps track, but it's definitely not green. So the only way he'd have to do that is if it is a ped seed. Kind of early to start betting on that now.
Comment saying that Ace forgot Sarasala.
Yeah, he did not go into Saha. That's a good point.
There's a chance that once if Ace goes over to Pod, you can just mirror right into Sarasala.
And WeightyWords can go straight into that Dark World play. Looks like he's gonna straight into Hype Cave. And we do see Turtle Rock is a crystal. So at some point, WeightyWords is gonna have to get into Eastern Palace. I don't think he does that anytime in the near future, though. So this could be interesting. We could have an Ice Rod hunt on one side, and if depending on how things break, that Ice Rod might end up being huge for Ace.
Especially since Pod is also a pendant with Green Pendant Thieves Town.
Yeah, that's a really kind of a not so nice. That's really not a nice lineup of pendants, especially with that early bow. On the other hand, we won't have to worry about the runners having to try and mimic clip in GT because we do have that bow. So. Okay, Ace heading over towards the Ice Rod Cave, so he'll get his hammer. Unfortunately, he doesn't have quite enough money for Zora either. We'll see if he chooses to farm at all. I don't know. It just seems like it's such a time sink for one item.
Of course, Catfish, you can go to the Zora area through Catfish as well.
Yeah, he could just save it for then.
He did open up the hole, and we did see there was like 500 rupees in Hype Cave. So...
Okay, Ace gets his hammer. I suspect he'll at least do either the Hobo or the Zora Air. We'll see if he decides to do both.
Well, we set up the water run, so...
Yeah, this is pretty fast with the water walk. Meanwhile, WeightyWords checked the Stumpy and is going to go do the dig game.
Oh, two digs for a heart container. The nicest dig game ever.
Okay, Ace is going to leave the Hobo behind. Is going to do these other checks. And unfortunately, that 1 rupee, not enough to get him into Zora money, but he will check the ledge. I didn't see what was there, but I did see WeightyWords save and quit immediately, so that means it's just nothing.
It's 20.
Yeah, I could see him picking this up if it was enough to get him to the Zora money, but that won't do it.
Alright, so Wei's now going to the Village of Outcast. Has Fire Rod. Could probably go ahead and clear out Skull Woods for that crystal.
I mean, you've already got Tempered Sword, so why not?
Yeah, I mean, you're not coming back to this area anytime soon. I understand 6 heart 6 heart is not fun against Moth, but this will be your most efficient time to do it. And not doing that, okay.
Yeah, I can see the argument for doing Thieves Town first, since he's already full cleared the South Dark World stuff. So what he can do here is he'll do the Village of Outcasts into Thieves Town, and then he can do checks in the North Dark World. And now that he has Zora money, he could pair in Catfish with the actual Zora check.
Now the question, do you value Green Pendant Thieves Town? You know, it's a dungeon you could clear, you get basically 5 items from it. There's half magic.
I value the front 4. And I probably don't go in the back because I have better things to do. Especially if I get 2 or 3 items in the front. Now, if I get no items in the front, then maybe you consider going on further.
Oh, by the way, our 5-6 crystals are Swamp and TR, so probably nothing Pyramid Fairy.
Yeah, we did see a hook shot there in the first item in Thieves Town, so looks like Ace is going to do the Skull Woods play first, because he hasn't done as much as... I don't think he did any of the South Dark World stuff. So this makes a little bit more sense for Ace to do this first and then hit Village of Outcast second.
We did find hookshot in Thieves Town, apparently, yep. I think.
His first chest.
Yeah, very first chest. So that's, 2 pendants, pendant dungeons holding value for us right now. AceZer0 is going to go ahead and do the skull play.
It looks like let's see if he goes back to front, which makes a lot of sense with that fire rod and that tempered sword.
Ooh, find the big key, and is going to do the back to front.
Okay, and WeightyWords does dip out of Thieves Town after the front 4, which makes a lot of sense, especially getting that hook shot early.
Yeah, we have all of Swamp we can do now. That's 6 items.
Okay, we're gonna get some North Darkworld checks here from Weighty. Oh, he's gonna go do Skullwoods first. This makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, we are a lamp away from logical pedestal being in logic. By the way.
That's quite a mouthful. This is not a point where I expect anyone to start betting on Ped, but you never know.
It's always something in the back of your head. The second you're like, oh wait, all 3 dungeons are logically doable. Oh.
And these guys will probably be happy to not see Lamp and not have that ever be a choice.
Alright, so AceZer0 has a very nice quick Moth fight with the Timber Sword. It's only 4 slashes, as long as Moth doesn't bounce against the spikes. And we'll claim first blood. First crystal over to AceZer0, 19 minutes in.
Okay, and if I'm Ace, I'm probably headed over to Village Outcast down to the South Dark World. Routed in that way. We'll see what he chooses to do. He'll finish this dungeon, though, because I don't think he's gotten an item yet.
Nope. We'll check this one item underneath the bridge here. And then there's like 5 checks in the front.
Yep. And actually, no surprise that's a small key since we haven't gotten one yet.
It's actually
all the items in the front.
It's actually very weird when you see all the items in the front of Skullwood. It's like you never expect them to be there because they're usually fire rod locked. Alright, WeightyWords a minute behind on the crystal. And don't forget to give these runners a follow. They're putting on a great show for you guys right now. Root on their teams and all that great stuff. Alright, AceZer0 has basically found everything but an item.
Nice bomb jump across. Another small key. Oh my. Skullwoods, why you do this to us? Good thing for Ace, Weighty's probably gonna do exactly the same thing in the exact same order. I mean, he might do the, oh hey, look, it's a lamp.
Hey, guess what's non-logic? And there's our other item.
At least we didn't have to the pinball room. Which, up until a year ago, didn't even ever have an item. Used to always be guaranteed a small key, but now it can have an item.
I kind of like that, though. It makes things a little bit more random.
Yeah, I think initially the idea was they didn't want runners to be able to soft lock themselves by jumping down into the holes. We're now to the point in Randomizer that, you know what, if you're going to take that chance, then it's on you if you get soft locked down the hole. Weighty gonna skip the big chest, so we'll save a little bit of time there. He gets his lamp, he'll get his shield right now.
Alright. More likely AceZer0 is going to go into Thieves, we'll get the hook shot. Still has an iron lead over Weighty because Weighty is going to be on that ice rod hunt.
Yeah, this is Weighty a bit of a lead in terms of just where he is in terms of the seed. That ice rod doesn't open up anything except the ability to finish up Turtle Rock. But it just comes down to when is Weighty going to go into Eastern? And we don't know when that is. And Ace going to go ahead and do his front of Thieves.
I'm surprised. Surprised Weighty didn't check Bumper.
Yeah, maybe it feels like it's a waste of time, so he doesn't actually have the cape yet. But yeah, I would have scattered that out. It just doesn't take that long with the boots.
Yeah, and I mean it's just something hey, and once I get the cape, I have to beeline into here. You know. We'll see if Ace decides. You know what? I have to check Shirashula anyway. Why not take the green pendant there? You know.
Yeah, I don't see it. Okay, and we have a red mail up in Graveyard Ledge. A nice luxury item, but definitely not needed. Yeah, Ace just gonna leave. It's a 2-item front dungeon, so no surprise that they don't go to the back.
So Ace is gonna go ahead and do all the south checks to Hype Cave. We'll probably see Ace do Swamp. I mean, that is 6 items in there.
I think we're gonna see both these runners in Swamp pretty soon. Like these little checks are worth doing, but if you can do them quickly. Weighty.
Ooh.
Nope. Weighty's gonna go up to the mountain. Actually, with that hook shot, that makes a lot of sense too.
And the lamp makes this in logic. It's all on logic.
Yeah. Well, not a whole lot of sequence breaking we can do right now, since we actually have the items to do the things. But it is an interesting bit of route divergence. I think either one is a really good choice. The mountain with the 7 items in Paradox Cave plus Spiral Cave and Tower of Terror is a crystal that we can do. Going into Swamp makes a lot of sense because 6 items, like you say, you got to do it as well. And we even have a good sword for Swamp. Going into Swamp with less than a tempered sword kind of feels bad sometimes, but not what we're going to be doing here when the time comes. What are you going to do, Ace?
So 10 arrows on top of Spectacle. Nothing
and
inside.
Bombs inside. Also, looks like he's going to choose to go into Hera first. With that hook shot, he could go to the east side first and then do Hera. It doesn't really make a huge difference, I don't think. At this point, we have all the items we could possibly want for Hera, since we do have that hook shot for the Hera pod if he wants to do it. And we have all our fire sources.
Nice early big key.
And a small key. And we are going to see a Hera pod, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. If you could do this first try, you save yourself so much time.
Funny though, the big time save is when you don't have the big key, but when you do it with the big key, without the big key, then you risk alien or orphaning the item in the big chest. So it's kind of funny the way the Hera pot works. He does get it quickly enough that it will save him time. Ace, meanwhile, is going to go into Swamp Palace, so I like this route diversions we're seeing.
Our first item is a piece of heart, gets us up to 8. And a magic powder. Okay, well, that's everything in Hera.
Yeah, my favorite luxury item.
And a check.
And WeityWords going to make quick work out of Moldorm here with that tempered sword.
And Ace is in Swamp. We'll see if Ace decides to check everything right now.
Yeah, good thing he knows his pots, because he had no bombs for this location here.
That was the scariest Moldorm, but the coolest Moldorm at the same time. I'm not gonna lie, that was just
yeah.
insane.
How you didn't fall in that hole? That's that middle hole, the 2-story fall. Yeah, just
the bat
never.
hole.
Yeah, it never feels good to fall down that.
But yeah, that's the second crystal, just like that. And now we get to see all of East Death Mountain.
Yeah, I kind of like the order that Weighty did this in. A little bit easier to go Spiral Cave into Paradox Cave, I think, than the other way around. And then you're routing Spiral Cave for the after Hera. And Spiral Cave, really nice when you have those boots and a sword to stick out and just run right through it.
Yeah, I mean, just the slow walk, and then you have to deal with every enemy in your path.
Yeah, and we did see a bottle on the floating island, so there's all our bottles. Not gonna see any more of those. We do see a compass in the front of Swamp Palace. We do know there's gonna be something on the right side. We'll see if Ace decides to go and do that first. Oh, and a shovel. And it looks like he is going to do the right side first. Or sorry, the left side first. Get my directions mixed up.
You hold your hand down, the one that makes
yeah.
an L.
Yeah, well, you got to be careful, because if you hold it the wrong direction, then that doesn't work. And it looks like he's not going to do a diver down play for this. He can
One
do it with the
bomb.
bombs. He's got just
One
one bomb.
bomb.
Yeah, I think that's a really good decision. I think on his part, you get one shot at doing it. If you mess it up and you flooded the key, then you're just kind of out of luck.
There was nothing on the mountain. Nothing on the mountain. I mean, magic powder could be something, but aside from that,
Yeah,
empty.
yeah. East Death Mountain coming up with so little, that's kind of rare. So this might be a good play into Swamp with the left side.
I think that's where Weighty is going to.
I mean, the good news for Weighty is that Ace is going to make those checks too. The bad news is that if we find another glove upgrade, find those mitts, Ace might be able to do it a little more efficiently because he'd be able to do the dark and light world stuff at the same time. But if Swamp has nothing, then Pendant Pot anyone? Because we do have a bow. The game did not need to give us.
And that's kind of what Weighty is going to be hopefully banking for. Don't forget, we also have half a Thief Sound we didn't do, and the green pendant available, and our chat's favorite location on the map.
I think I go to Pod before I go back into Thieves Town because 5 items versus 2. But you are correct. The Back of Thieves could be a thing.
Techno Week.
Okay, so now we have both runners in Swamp. Just goes to show how long a dungeon Swamp can be if you're full clearing it.
Yeah, no, Weighty not only beat Hera while Ace was in this dungeon, did all East Death Mountain.
Yep. Yeah, it just goes to show how fast Hera is and how fast East Death Mountain can be with the boots, and just how slow Swamp is.
All right, you get one bomb to do this.
Yeah, and if he messes this up, he's fine. I mean, just a little bit of a time loss. Whereas the left side play, you didn't want to take that chance. Of course, we get a flute, so that is a thing. It doesn't open anything for us because, well, no mitts, but definitely makes travel faster.
And I think that's the only thing that's here. We needed that flute, though. That flute's our mire once we get mitts. But
100% required flute today.
And then that also gives us desert. So now we are looking for mitts because that will give us 2 more dungeons to poke our head into.
Yeah, essentially right now, I mean, if you look at their trackers, we're missing a cane, a medallion or 2, and mitts. That's what we need.
All right, it's time for Argus. With the Timber Sword, you can easily just destroy these puffs.
And
AceZer0
worry not. Yeah, worry not, chat. All those things could be unfed, so. And I don't think we saw the big key, so the big key's locking itself. And we are done with Swamp Palace on Ace's side.
And Weighty's also doing left side swamp. So
yeah, he's got enough. He's got a lot more bombs, so he's gonna go ahead and do the diver down here. So he'll save a little bit of time over Ace. Ace may save a little bit of time with that flute. Where is he headed next?
I gotta dig. We found the shovel. Oh no, we did.
Right.
No. Shovel was in the big chest.
Shovel was in Hera?
No, in swamp big chest. So we did see that.
Oh, okay. So we did see the big key, and Ace gonna go pick that up right now. And it's just a piece of heart. Doesn't even bother grabbing it. And this is probably gonna be a run over to Kakariko to activate that flute. And I'm gotta believe he goes up to the mountain next.
Yeah, you kind of have to. Which also tells us as viewers that our progression is in at least one of the pendant dungeons.
We will have to go into another pendant dungeon. That's probably, in some sense, that might be good news for WeityWords, because that might get him to that ice rod sooner. A large part of his lead right now is the fact that he has not gone into Eastern and gotten his ice rod.
Well, yeah, there's still Pyramid, there's still Catfish Zora, Agena.
Yeah. We have not seen any of those.
Yeah, fluke it up with the Gina because you can just fluke to 6, check Desert Ledge and run there.
Yeah, I still feel like following that bow into pod makes a lot of sense. Just to, why did the game give us a bow? In this situation with pendants in both pod and Eastern, they don't need a bow until they're walking up the tower logically, and so the only places in the entire game that can't have the first bow are those last 4 checks up on Ganon's tower. Now with progressive bows, the second one can literally be anywhere. So. Of course, the old man, the annoying follower that won't let you run. We actually go a little slower if you try to run with the old man. If anyone's ever tried it, it's not fun. And I suspect Ace will do the same path that Weighty did. So he'll do Hera first, and then head on over to East Death Mountain.
Weighty having a little bit of issue in the current room. Oh, using those sword pokes very nicely. So there goes Ace.
Yeah. Very nice finished Argus there on Weighty's side.
Oh, we also have Bat. We forgot to bring a Bat.
We do have the Bat. We'll see if Ace chooses to also do the Hera pot.
Is swapped over to the bomb, so bomb strat. Don't pick up the items. Did not pick up the items, so that's good. Weighty's going to dig up that piece of heart.
Yeah, Ace having a little bit more trouble with the setup of the Hera pot. I'm not going to save nearly as much time as Weighty did with it. And we'll see if Weighty decides to turn in that powder while he's over at the village or at Kakariko. Ace does not have it yet. He's about to pick it up, and therefore could not. Nice spin speed. Gonna activate the flute first. Then we'll see if he remembers that powder. Or if he cares to put it off until later.
I mean, Weighty knows there's only like 5 locations that could have progression.
No, if you mean, yeah, like if you include Pod as like one big location, Eastern as one big location. We know it's not Eastern, but we know it is Eastern for an item that he needs, but it's not Eastern for the progression item that he's looking for. And we are going to see that Bat, so let's see what the Bat has for us today.
What's the Bat going to curse us with? Is the Bat going to curse us with more lift? Nope.
Just 20 rupees. So if Ace can manage to skip that, or if the answer at some point is Smith Chain and he does it with that, he might be able to do it a little more efficiently. Okay, now WeightyWords needs to make a decision. Where are we going?
Okay, Gina. No, that was
Nope.
5. Sorry.
Nope, we're going to Pod. I like this call. Like I said, that bow. Follow that bow. See if that gets us something. We'll see if he chooses to go into Eastern afterwards. He's right here. I guess it depends on exactly what he finds here. The next major progression item, though, it has to be those myths. Like, none of the other things there are going to open anything for us directly.
Well, we're going to see Sarashla before we go into Pod.
Yeah, that's right. We never did see that on Ace's side. If this is myths, that'll be funny.
I personally wish, like, for Pyramid Fairy... Oh, there's our shield. I personally wish for, like, Sarashla and Pyramid Fairy that instead of just telling you what dungeon it is, they just give you a hint. Like, what they're holding.
Yes, Fear Agent. Ace did Eastern and did not do Saha.
I'm giving Ace the benefit of the doubt that Ace was going to check it like how WeightyWords did.
Well, if he never checks it, he'll actually be really happy, because I happen to know Ace really hates Mirror Shield, so he's not going to be happy if he goes in there.
Well, Weighty's one sword away from having max upgrades.
Yeah, we are definitely pretty safe here.
How do you see
Not
past that
even
field?
bow locked in pod. That would not make me happy in this situation. I mean, it could be still be bow locked after this door, but you know, if I'm looking for something in pod because I have a bow, I want it to be bow locked.
Ace is doing Spike Cave
Spike
without
Cave, yep.
an invincibility on him.
He's gotta have they have a potion, right?
Yeah, they have a potion, but
okay,
this is going to be a risky play.
Yeah, well, not really. I mean, if it's the item, it's great, and if it's not, then you can burn a blue potion. But like, I mean, they flute in lots of money, so I mean, I don't think it's that big a deal.
Very nice Spike Cave for a piece of heart.
Unfortunately, just a piece of heart. Yeah, and we do see a Quake medallion in pod that might, once again, that those medallions, we never know until we see them what we need. So Quake might be 100% needed or completely worthless.
And if it's needed, that's all 3 pendant dungeons with an iron.
Okay, Ace gonna do the bat check, I think, first before he heads over to pod, Eastern, or Thieves Town. And he also has Dark World checks up north that he hasn't done yet, and we still haven't seen Zor or Catfish.
That was such a nice room there from Weighty.
Okay, everything else here is going to be a key in the front because we found a map and 1 item. So now we go to the back. He's going to have to get 1 more key. Nah, he just needs to flip the switch. Okay, Ace, where are we going now? Interesting, we can do more Dark World stuff. So he hasn't done Graveyard Ledge, we know that's nothing. He hasn't done... Okay, so he's changing his mind and going to pod.
So we find the myth.
There they are.
Oh my goodness! All three dungeons with the required item. This is going to take WeightyWords away from Eastern, by the way.
Yeah, most likely. My guess is he'll do the Dark Maze because you're right here, and then you go and do in whichever order you choose. You want to do Dark Death Mountain, and you want to do the Mire area to find out what your medallion requirements are.
So this could be really good news for Ace, though. So
honestly, if WeightyWords does Eastern right now, and to go find that and finds that ice rod, then we're gonna be pretty even up. If he decides to do the other checks right now, then it might be a while before he gets back to Eastern. Let's see, he's menuing to
gone.
flute. Okay,
He's gone.
So that is really good for Ace. Okay, so first order of business, we're going to find out if we have the medallion for Misery Mire. We can also do Desert Palace while we're here.
Nice quick dungeon. And it's Quake!
Oh, it's Quake. So I suspect we're going to see Desert and Mire from Weighty here.
Well,
He's going to continue to check items because we don't know what the Turtle Rock situation is.
We also don't have Cane.
We also don't have a cane. Never mind. That's right. We're still missing that 1 key item. And of course, Weighty's still looking for that ice rod.
So remember, this is week 3 of the league. Right now, Pug Trio is undefeated going into this week. We and the Imposters are 1-3. They do need to pick up some wins if they want to try and stay in the top 3-ish area to get into playoffs. So right now, if you are rooting for We Are the Imposters, this is the best case scenario right now.
Yeah, I gotta believe that Ace is just gonna follow in Weighty's footsteps and do the Mire Desert area. I don't know if either one of them is gonna chance to dip into Mire. Kane in Mire is a thing that can happen.
Vanilla
Definitely
dungeon.
not some. There's an Ether, so that's one less medallion we have to worry about. In the old days, I would say getting to Ice Palace a little bit sooner would make a lot of sense, but ideally, you'd like to go in there with that Cane of Samaria. So, granted, the Cane of Samaria could be in Ice Palace.
Well, if items have been found in desert, more than likely we're not completing desert now. Or he is. Oh,
No, there's no reason not to.
well, you could do it with Meyer. Just get back onto getting your checks.
Either way, I mean, you're already there in the light world. And if you wait until the next time you go into Mire, you're just adding mirror portals and such. He's got good items. There's no reason not to do this now. Okay, Ace about to get his mitts. And I suspect he'll also full clear the rest of this dungeon. It just doesn't take that long to do the Dark Maze when you have the lamp. Especially knowing that the Harmless Hellway has to have a key, because we have 2 small keys right now.
Key logic and pod. Insane. Like, it's like a, algebra equation all by itself. Nice Seer Cycle, Lamos from Weighty. Gets the map, gets crystal number 4.
Yeah, that fire rod's really nice for that fight. Okay, Ace gets his last item out of pod. He's also going to leave, and we know he's not going into Eastern because he's been there already. And let's see if he decides to go to the Mire area next, or if he decides to check out Death Mountain.
Mire.
Yeah, I like this choice because he knows he can clear desert at this point, so he might as well commit to doing that. And he'll be able to see that he does have that Quake medallion that he needs. Checkerboard with nothing for us. And we're going to do a Nagina check. Because why not do the last Sphere 1 check this late? Because it's actually nearby now, whereas it wouldn't have been before. And the wrong red item, so... WeityWords saving and quitting, and let's see where he goes next. I still think the mountain.
Yeah, it's gotta be the mountain.
Again, you want to find out. You want to find out what your go mode is. Do you need that bombos? Plus 6 items. 7 if he wants to get that Spike Cave item. Which is still not in logic, and we know is nothing.
But we'll have an easier time at it because of 11 hearts.
Yeah, still needs a bottle though. He'll still need to pop that bottle for it though. I think you need 13 or 14 to be able to do it without. Ace gets his ether. And if we do see a Cane of Samaria and we are able to enter TR, it'll be interesting to see if Weighty decides to go into Turtle Rock. Ace for Ace, it'll be an easy decision if he can get into TR and he gets that cane. He's definitely there's no reason not to. And well, we do see a nice gold sword, so yeah, full on swords.
All swords, all shields, are all males. Mind you, there's still another sword out there. There's going to be another green 20 when we find it now, because it's the sword that we get from the beginning of the game.
So Ace not going to get that shield, I don't think.
Double Quake. Yeah, once you get the Quake, we were 1 IM away from Go mode.
We are Cane Go, which is kind of good news, bad news. Good news is you're not going to get sucked into Turtle Rock to find it. Wrong Cane game.
Hey,
but you might get stuck into Mire.
Guess what's in logic now?
Yeah, well, now Weighty just doesn't... He's got to do Spike Cave now, I suspect. There's no way he's going to come back up here for that. So that'll be a little bit of time gained back for Ace. The good news for Weighty is he doesn't have to pop his blue potion. The odds of these guys needing a blue potion pretty slim anyway, but just an extra little ace in the hole for Weighty.
So right now, if you're rooting for Wade, you want this to turn into a pet seed. Like, that is basically what you need right now. And
well, that would be that'd be best for him because that would force him into Eastern Palace. That wouldn't guarantee anything though. Okay, and then he pops that cane. Gonna get. Well, I think it was just a piece of heart here.
All right, AceZer0 ties up the crystals with that Lamos kill.
And I think okay, he's probably just gonna flute. I'm gonna guess this is gonna be the Ice Palace play.
So the cane's either in Ice or Mire or in any of the pendants or pet.
Could also be Catfish Zora. We have not seen those locations.
So I'm so used to once we're seeing dungeons.
Or Smith. Have we? No, we haven't seen Smith Chain yet. That looks like that's what Weighty's going for right now. It just goes to show how big that Icebreaker is, because without Icebreaker, the play is to go to Ice Palace. Like that's just what you do next. Now it's like, well, I could do Ice Palace, but man, I lose so much time if the cane is in an easy spot and my opponent gets it first. Not that both these guys will be more than capable of doing the bomb jump, and I still contend that is the most important trick in the game, because you don't always have that cane. That cane can be behind the bomb jump. Still very necessary to know how to do that, because no one wants to full clear Ice Palace the intended way. And we do see Ace going up to the mountain. And he'll get the good news that it's Quake, and the bad news that the Cane of Smart is not there. Cape is nice.
And...
wait. Oh, he's already checked the ledge, so he's just going to leave it behind. Okay.
Doesn't need the cape for Ganon or any of the bosses. Doesn't want to cape for B.
I would pick it up just because, I mean, it's not that long for a little bit of extra safety, but for someone of WeightyWords' ability, I have no issues with him choosing to leave it there.
I personally have fun cape dashing through V with the cape. Like,
that is a fun way to kill Viddy. I have to agree with that.
Yeah, no, it's honestly my favorite way to kill Viddy, aside from Silver's, but you know.
Yeah, Silver's is great. Okay, Ace just going to go ahead and open Turtle Rocker right now, so he's going to save a little bit of time there, too. Whereas Weighty was not able to open it since he peeked it from the Dark World. Again, the wrong red thing, so Smith Chain not paying out. So let's see if he does more checks or if he decides to just go into Ice Palace. Looks like he's going to go into Ice Palace. At some point, you just got to do it and hope that your cane is there. We get to see good old-fashioned Ice Palace bomb jumps. And Ace picking up his gold sword.
Alright, so 3 items in Ice Palace. First item that we check here is in this Pingator room. Gotta deal with the fun ice physics. Or a heart container. And it's the
Sandcart. That's not a bad place for Sandcart, to be honest. He's a little down in health there. Okay, Ace already having checked Spike Cave. Just gonna flute on out from here. Let's see where he goes. He's a little down on overworld checks compared to what Weighty is. Looks like he's just gonna go straight to Ice Palace.
I mean, as long as Ace keeps on following Weighty, this is good news for Ace.
Yep, absolutely. Unfortunately, Weighty messing up the Stalfo strat where you can get both killed at once with one bomb, but he's got plenty of bombs through the bomb jump. He does need to grab this key, though. And okay, no, he hit the switch earlier.
Nope. Gotta remember, you got that black line with the top of the sprite.
Yeah, having a little trouble with this bomb jump. Oh, there, that's the right position. That should be good. Okay, gets it on the 3rd try. So if Ace can nail that first try, he can gain a little bit of time there.
Like Ace isn't in much of a position because Ace is just in a cane hunt, while Weighty is in a cane ice rod hunt. So
yeah, depending on where that cane is and how you know, if like you said, if Ace continues to be just a little bit behind here, and follows Weighty to that cane, then advantage Ace. If we have to search all over the place and start getting into Ped territory and full clearing Eastern Palace, then WeityWords is right back in this. And I do believe, and of course, Weighty being a little bit up on Ace in terms of checks. Ace having not done Smith Chain, having not done the North Dark World. Neither one has done Catfish Zora. And when I say Catfish Zora, I literally just mean Zora. They did the other 3 checks, neither one having enough money to actually buy the Zora item.
Ace got the jump first try. Moment of truth is cane and icebreaker room.
Yeah, it happens. That's one of the more trolly locations for it. A location that a year ago we wouldn't have thought twice about, but now...
Here's our big key. Nope.
50 rupees. Nope.
So I think we still have Iced Tea Room, Big Chest, and Cold Stare. Like I still have the last iron. Or have we found all 3 items?
I haven't been able to... Haven't quite been able to follow. We're both in the Ice Palace in different orders, so...
Yeah, no, so I think we have
Chat says, our tracker says we've seen them all, and I'll trust our trackers. Shout out to 2D Tones pushing the buttons behind the scenes. Much appreciation to all of you that do tracking for us in the Links Past Randomizer League.
Yeah, so I know we found the 50 rupees and we found the heart container, so... What was the last item? Either way, it doesn't matter. We're on Cold Stare. Gold Sword, Cold Stare. Blink and you miss it.
Especially with the gold sword.
Yep, it's over.
Yeah, gold sword. You did say gold.
Oh!
And it's cane locked. Not that matters. So the cane is available before this. Everything was available before this. Like, there's nothing that got opened up by Ice Palace. So that really actually tells us nothing. But for what it's worth, we are cane locked.
But did you see that that stair clip?
Oh, Ace is really good at that. Yeah, that's I'm used to watching him do that. It's a beautiful stair clip.
I need to commentate more Invitational. That's the kind of plays I'm missing out on commentating open. Alright.
Okay, so Weighty, where are you going? You got a lot of really crappy checks available to you.
This could be Pyramid Catfish Zora.
Could be.
Oh, AceZer0 with the same fight. Gotta love it. You have to love it.
Nope, not doing the Pyramid Fairy.
Well, we can't do Pyramid
We have
Fairy.
that. Oh, that's Turtle Rock anyway, so we can't do Pyramid Fairy.
Yep. There's going to be nothing.
Yeah, we'll not be there. We'll check the pyramid itself. And of course, Meyer could still have Arcane. That is also a possibility. It is not the pyramid. Looks like Ace gonna head over and finish doing Flippers checks. Or he's at least gonna do. He never did Hobo, so he's gonna do that now. Like I said, Weighty a little bit up on overworld checks over what Ace has done.
Yep, all 3 dungeons had something important. Eastern had Ice Rod. Thief Sound at least has the hook shot, could have more. And Pod had Quake and
Mitts.
So that's 4 required items so far in dungeons. And we still don't know if there's anything on Green Pendant. We don't know what's in the back of Thief Sound, and we don't know what's on Ped. So Kane could still be in any of those locations. But we're now looking at Catfish. Catfish today is going to spit out
Piece of heart. And we're gonna get Zora now. Ace gonna go ahead and go into Meyer, I think. So we get a little bit more of route divergence.
If Kane's here, this is just going to be very explosive for Ace.
Yeah, and good, he kills the Pterodactyl, because it's just going to start hitting him after that. He opens that Quake. And also, the nice thing about dipping Misery Mire here, of course, it depends on where that big key is. The big key is in a really bad place. You actually lose a lot less time than you otherwise would. Just the bug net. So
it was a unique item.
Is there anything besides those pendants that Weighty hasn't done?
I think that's it.
So if this takes him to Eastern, that's really good for him. If this takes him to Meyer, which is where he's going.
To Meyer. Yep.
Now. Because are we down to Meyer, Green Pendant, Ped?
Yeah. Basically.
And Back of Thieves?
Back of Thieves, yeah.
And I don't know for sure whether there's any items left in Eastern and/or Pod. I think Eastern is full cleared. Because I recall, especially I recall Ace checking his menu to see if there were any items left. Pod, I'm not sure about. It's very common to leave Helma, even if you don't get all the items out of there. And of course, we know there are 2 items in the Back of Thieves Town.
Now, see, all the extra checks Weighty has done that AceZer hasn't. This is now becoming like worrisome for AceZer fans, because Ace could start doing those checks now.
If it's Meyer and not one of the pendant dungeons, then advantage Ace. If it's one of the pendant dungeons, then it just depends on what Ace decides to do. Whether he decides to go for the pendant dungeons or whether he goes for the overall checks that Weighty does. Because Weighty's going to be forced to go into the pendant dungeons, which means he'll get his Ice Rod, he'll get his cane, because it's going to be in one of those places if it's not here. Oh, that's one item. Now, on the other hand, for Ace, going back to Thieves Town might be the play for him, just because it's 3 items. Whereas Smith Chain is long. It's also 3 items, but it's much longer. The North Dark World into Catfish Zora, also a long check. There's your big key.
Alright, so cutscene chest may still be skipped today. Is it going to be Vanilla Cane?
Oh!
It is!
Wow.
AceZer0 is in go mode at an hour and 1 minute.
That is terrible for WeightyWords, because Ace is just going to finish this dungeon now, head up to Turtle Rock, and finish the seed. Whereas, who knows how long it's going to take.
Weighty's going to go into TR and hope for Ice Rod.
You know what? And that's actually the right call for him. I mean, it's the wrong call. We know it's the wrong call in the sense of it's not going to work out. But I think that's the bet you have to make. I mean, considering what's left.
I was totally not expecting it to be there.
No.
Oh, wow. Ooh. Drossi, one of the SG mods in chat's already calling it. Oh, wow.
Yep. Yeah, he is. Shoutouts to Drossi. Actually, I think Drossi's calling one of the matches tonight, so definitely tune in for that, because Drossi's one of my favorites to listen to.
We have a lot of games going on right now.
Yeah,
I mean, this is the league.
Wednesday,
we have 80 teams between 2 divisions playing a bunch of races. But now Ace is going to go into the Vitty fight. Ace did a lot of skips, like Ace didn't do North...
Okay, Ace, be careful here.
Ace
Down to
do
3
North.
hearts, and he does not have that blue potion anymore. So
Then do North Dark Dark World.
yeah, didn't do
No
Smiths, didn't do
missing.
North Dark World. Okay, yeah, Kane and Samara are gonna help us out a little bit here. Not the cleanest video you're ever gonna see, but it's a video that you come out alive. Therefore, we're good.
Yeah, no, I mean, Pendant Eastern Palace was the killer today.
Yep. Ace dipped it early. He took that bow, went into Eastern Palace before he even did the South Shore checks, got his Ice Rod, and that's going to be the difference in this game right now. And all you know, the fact that WeightyWords didn't do that, I mean, a lot of us would not have done that. Like, that's not a common skip. I mean, sorry, that is a very common skip, especially given that it was a pendant dungeon. So, not a bad call at all for Weighy to skip it. It just didn't happen to work out for the seed.
Yeah, so if you're a Pug Trio fan, you're hoping Weighty is going to try and find Ice Rod before going into TR. Because there's still a chance that, you know, Weighty's execution can still win out on this if he finds Ice Rod in like the next 5 minutes.
Yeah, that'd still be a pretty tall order, but yeah.
It's a pretty tall order, but as commentators, we have to be unbiased, and he's going to TR.
Well, no, I mean, from Weighty's perspective, this is the call you have to make. You have to risk it. Those other locations, for him, it's 3 items in Eastern, 2 items in Back of Thieves. Again, I don't know for sure if Helma has something. And 3 items Back of Thieves includes Green Pendant and of course Ped. So I can't blame him for making this call. It's probably the call I'd make. And you know, you get to the bottom and you just hope you can save that mirror portal. Now, the good news for him is he should be able to. There's no mirror checks left as far as I can tell, so he should be able to save that mirror portal. Now, we did not kill Aga the Seed, so that doesn't stop us.
The picture is going. WeightyWords is going to go in. Early big key, which means we could possibly skip 2 checks. That's
we're skipping.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's less than 5% that if you get the big key in anything other than the vanilla location, that it's going to screw you with the small keys in lava chest and big chest. And it's a pretty good bet your opponent's doing it too, so there's really no reason not to. Very nice chain chomp rooms from Ace there. Yeah, and chat makes a good point. WeightyWords is definitely not going to skip that stuff because he's hoping for an Ice Rod. Yeah, Ace grabs that small key. He's going to walk right on out of the room with that. Not going to check that lava chest. And at this point, the only even nice thing that Weighty could find is some silver arrows, which doesn't come anywhere close to saving the time he would need. So yeah, since we got some people asking in chat, the Ice Rod was in Eastern Palace. Ace went to Eastern Palace at the very beginning. It's a pendant. Picked up his Ice Rod very early, before he even did South Shore. WeightyWords has not touched Eastern Palace, which is, as I constantly said, very understandable. It's definitely not a check you want to make. And we'll see if there even is anything interesting in this lava chest in just a second. Ace will have to get one key off a laser bridge.
The only other thing AceZer0 is probably like kind of half hoping for, but doesn't care, is if silvers show up anytime now.
He'd like it as silvers, and there will be a key on laser bridge because just a big 300 at the lava chest. Mushroom. Yeah, that mushroom's not getting turned in. Oh,
that mushroom's gonna get turned in by WeightyWords.
Oh yeah, it is. You are right. You are absolutely right. It is not gonna be what he's looking for.
My seed earlier this week had book on laser bridge with ice rod on ether tablets.
Oh, that's ugly. We have had over the first couple weeks. We have had quite a few some pretty nasty ice rod hunts, including I believe there was one with a pendant TR in the first week when we were doing all dungeons. Where the ice rod was sitting there at the top of GT. So we've definitely had some doozies. But this is the first time that I've commentated or watched a race where one player has it and we know where it is, and the other one is just going to be stuck in that hunt.
It actually happens quite often in SMZ3.
Oh, yeah, well,
yeah.
For sure. Yeah, SMZ3 with so many different extra locations that yeah, it definitely can happen. Like, those seeds can feel so different from one to another.
Game time. Game time, game.
Oh, yep. What game are we playing? You want to talk about that game?
So all we got left to do is beat Ganon. To get to Ganon, we gotta get through his tower. To get up his tower, we need to find a big key. In chat, once the game starts, make your guess between 1 and 22. It's our big key guessing game.
Yeah, and gotta get those in pretty quickly, because it's not gonna take Ace very long to get over there.
Which is looking at analytical records like, man, all of a sudden this channel just all of a sudden gets a whole bunch of chats for like 3 seconds. What are they doing during the times?
Okay, let's see what Ace decides to do. And we'll get to see one other item on Laser Bridge on Weighty's side.
And we're going to be stopping the game right now, so no more guesses once the stop command gets put in.
And number 1, small key. Number 2, bombos. Oh, there's that bombos that we don't need. Also, shoutouts to Ace for never going to Saha's closet and never getting that mirror shield that he absolutely hates.
3's 20 rupees. Oh no!
What did we just get? I was looking at Ace's side. Oh, that's so gross. That is so awful. Well, I could see checking. No, you're not checking those book checks. You can't. You can't save the mirror portal. Well, you can with the ether, but you can't with the. Okay, so now we're in through. See, what's that? 7. Okay, so next check will be 8.
Yeah, we find silvers in chest 5 though, which is awesome.
8 is bombs.
Wait, he was listening to my story of my game earlier this week when I won my very first race. Go straight for that ether. I wonder if he does a pet check.
That wouldn't be unreasonable. But the last, he's got to, I would leave that. The only thing I would say for sure is you want to leave that, you want to leave the bombos tablet for very last, because that's the one where you have to use a mirror and the one that's going to lose your mirror portal. So 9 is a small key. This would be 10, 11, 12, and 13, assuming I'm counting correctly. $10 is rupees, 11 is rupees, 12 is bombs, 13 is the map.
Now we're to the territory where we could have gone straight right for the big key.
Well, you know chat's rooting for tile room.
Oh, of course, always. Oh, hey! Weighty's doing it. Weighty's doing it.
Going to the right place. He's going to Easterns. He's going to get his ice rod. This makes sense. It's 3 items versus 2 items plus green pendant in Thieves. Pretty even, but he hasn't been in this area at all.
You also keep your portal here.
Oh, you can save your portal in Thieves Town too. You just gotta take a death. Because we did not kill Aga. We got 6, let's see, 17, 18, 19, 20. No, that's not right. Small key, arrows, rupees, and we're going to go to the right side.
So there's 5 left. Now we can count backwards from 20.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to
So next check is 18.
Oh, okay, that's right. It was really early there.
So Weighty's now in go mode. Is going to go straight to that portal. Depending on how Weighty routes GT, Ray could start catching up here.
Yeah, he can catch up a little bit, but it's just, even if he gets the big key early, you still have a ways to go.
It's true. I mean, as a commentator, I'm trying to be unbiased. I'm not trying to
make it. Well, it's not about bias. It's about calling what I see. There's that big key. So
20?
20.
And 19.
No, 19. Because tile room plus the rest too. And chat immediately correcting us.
Scruff was the winner today.
And we'll have these get through these mimic rooms with those silvers much easier. Those silvers are almost nicer for that even than for the Ganon fight. But I would point out that we are a little more in the realm of if Ace makes a mistake, that could get Weighty back into it. But I do think it's going to take a mistake.
Yeah, I mean, we don't like talking about it. You know, people think it's taboo to talk about, you know, Ganon mistakes.
Yeah, I mean, I think it has to be bigger than a Ganon fall. But, you know, I mean, things can happen in the top of top of GT. I just slipped into Super Metroid for a second. Forgive me.
You know, we have a quiz drop on, the accidental quiz swap to mirror and hitting Y. That could happen.
Yeah. I haven't done that with quick swap, but I sure have hit the mirror by accident when I thought I had a different thing equipped.
So Wei's now going to GT. Goes straight right would be like 2 or 3 floors underneath AceZer0. So I mean, what's that? 5 minutes behind?
About. I can make up a little bit, like you say. You can make up a little bit of time if he goes to the right in GT, or if he does a Dark Magician strat.
Most satisfying room in the game.
Yeah, that Cane of Samaria, like it all it did for me when I played this game initially was hold down blocks and let me get through floors with maze, you know, with the you just push the block along the floors that have the invisible floors, and when it falls down, you know you can't go further. That's a really slow way to do those rooms, though.
The vanilla playthroughs.
So much better things.
I was like 6 when I got this game, and it took me like 7 years to beat my first playthrough.
I'm a lot older than that. I won't share my age when I got this game. Okay, we do see some Dark Magician strats on WeityWords' side, so he's going to get that big key a little bit sooner. So he'll gain a little bit of time here. Ace needs nothing. He's got everything. He's not going to check anything else. He's got all the good luxuries. I mean, red mail would be nice. We know it's not there. He's not going to look for it, though. The gold sword, silver arrows on Ganon is going to be a pretty quick fight for him.
Yep, 6 for the first 2 cycles.
Nope.
Oh!
There's a Moldorm fall. That doesn't, unfortunately for Weighty, that's only a small time loss for Ace.
About 30 seconds.
But every little bit, you know, could add up.
Oh, I thought he fell again there.
He almost did.
So, destroying Moldorm 2 as AceZer0 goes into Agate 2.
Okay. Oh, nice triple on that pattern there.
Triple. Oh no,
Blue ball.
With a triple.
Yeah, you'll take a 3-round though.
Oh man.
That was a very nice Agatu. That first triple was really good.
And somehow we get the Duck in Dark World and we go to Ganon. And 120 seeds not that bad. I mean, considering that you had to go into every single dungeon to get something.
Yeah. Oh no, absolutely. Like every pendant dungeon had important stuff for us. And in fact, Pod had 2 things because I believe that's where he found the Quake medallion.
Quake and Mitz
Quake and
and
Mitz.
Pod, Ice Rod and Eastern and Hookshot. Mind you, Hookshot was the very first chest.
Yeah.
In
Yeah, I mean, you don't get a lot of people betting on not checking the front of Thieves. The back of Thieves is a whole different story.
All right, we're already getting to phase 4 of Gold Sword and Silvers and just all the nice, hey, I'm over leveled stuff going on right now. Gets the nice early silvers there. Torch glitch? No torch glitch.
No torch glitch, but we don't really need it here. Getting a little good hecked up by quick swap there, though.
Oh, just think if the mirror reset the fight. He mirrored and it didn't go through.
That could have been bad. Yeah, that would. Wow.
All right, can you?
Been...
Oh, that mirror scared me there. The second I saw the mirror, then I'm like, oh.
I know, right?
Ace is going to finish it first with an hour 21:40. Get your GGs for We Are the Imposters. Honestly, if you announce that at the very start of your games, it's one way you can easily lose your Among Us games.
And WeightyWords, unfortunately, he's going to finish this out, but Pug Trio no longer in the ranks of the undefeated.
I think Drosy said there's only 2 teams left undefeated. Oh, hey Ace, how you doing today, buddy?
Hey, doing good. How are you?
Awesome, awesome.
So what do you think the big difference? I mean, not that you would actually, you may know by now from if you were listening in the last 10 minutes, but
yeah, I tuned in and we were talking in chat a little bit too, Weighty and I, and it sounds like the Ice Rod was the biggest thing, which I knew early on was a good advantage because I did that like really early with the Fire Rod and Bow, thinking like, because Fire Rod and Bow puts Armos in logic, so I was thinking like maybe that's required, like that's kind of suspicious, but I kind of forgot like in the late game that the Ice Rod was there in such a bad spot.
Yeah, that makes sense because you had it so early. I mean, you did it before you did South Shore.
Yeah, no, the Mitz and the Quake showing up in Pod just sent Weighty away from Eastern. Like, it was a really good play for you.
Yeah, and that makes sense. And I was thinking the same thing too with Pod. Like, I didn't feel bad leaving Helmsword King with all the good stuff there. Kind of the same.
I'm sure if there was an item or not.
There was. It was an item on Helmosaur, but I even did like a quick menu check in the Dark Maze just to be 100% sure because I thought I had all the junk.
Yeah. So, Wei's now going to the Ganon fight. I mean, for someone who orphaned the Ice Rod for so long, I mean, it's not, what, about 3 minutes behind right now? That's
No,
not-
he's done a good. Well, he went straight to Eastern. Did
Yeah.
not do it because his choices at that point were Eastern Thieves and Pod. He did a few extra overroll checks that you never got to, which helped you out. Actually, and to be fair, another big part of the puzzle for you was you went straight for Meyer, hoping that Kane was gonna pop there, and Weighty decided he did the Smith Chain, and he did North Dark World and Zora and some of those other checks that you just never got around to.
Yeah, that makes sense, and it's interesting that Weighty did the same thing with Thieves. It looks like just did the front and then bailed in the
that's
back.
right.
That was kind of concerning me because I wanted to do Smith Chain. Like when I flew to Kakariko that last time, I was going to do Smith Chain, but I thought like if I do Smith Chain, I'm really leaving Thieves Town. Like I'm never checking it, and if that's it, like I lose. So if I'm going to make a gamble like that, I might as well just try to lean into Meyer first, and then I can do Smith Chain into Thieves Town at that point. It made a little bit more sense for me.
Yeah, and of course,
luckily it worked out.
The other thing we're seeing a lot more of. So I think one of the reasons why Weighty might have, because he did some of those checks, overall checks before he had Ice Palace, and I think in a year ago, or even like 10 months or whatever ago, you just do Ice Palace there because, I mean, it doesn't change. But now with the Cane, with the Cane strats, it's like, well, if I have the Cane, it goes so much faster. So I think he leaned in a little bit, hoping to find that Cane before Ice Palace as well.
I don't mean to interject, but WeityWords did finish with a 124.48. GG to Wei. Hopefully we'll see Wei join us here in a second, and we can talk about more stuff. And there's Weighty.
Yeah, he's ready to join us. And there he is. GG's Weighty. Little unfortunate the Ice Rod hunt that you had that Ace didn't. But well.
Yeah. It's rando. It happens. Yeah, GG's Ace.
Yeah, GG.
But yeah,
well, I was going to say, just the thing is that Mitz and Pod just really just pushed you away from it, and it was like, at that point,
Yeah, and you always do Pod before Eastern if you're like still looking for stuff, because it has more checks, and you got Dark World access early in South Shore, and you just kind of leave the Eastern area behind, and you kind of just don't come back to it because you keep finding stuff, and you keep finding stuff. So just unfortunate that Ice Rod was in like a really easy Sphere Zero location.
Yeah, I mean easy, but like skipping Eastern is not something that isn't uncommon. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Ace, did you skip Saha on purpose?
I did it. Did I? Oh, I did skip it. Oh my god. I was gonna mirror after Eastern, and
you're gonna be really happy you skipped it because it had your favorite item in there.
It was the other shield.
The single arrow. The mirror shield and single arrow.
I was totally intending to do Eastern. After I finished the dungeon, I would just run over there. But I never finished the dungeon because I got the third item in the Vanilla Big Key chest. So I was like, oh, I'll just save and quit. Like, I paused for a second after the item. Like, I guess I save and quit here. Like, I wasn't planning on doing that. Oh wow, that's really lucky then, because I would have not gone back for that until I went back to Thieves and turned in the green pendant, and then saw that the wall was not blown.
Yeah, that happens. I've definitely done that before too.
Yeah, the other one that was worrying me a little bit was like the flipper checks. I did really weird. I wasn't happy that I got the flippers because it like messed up the way I was going to do like water walk stuff.
Yep.
And I ended up.
I don't think either one of you were happy with that.
Yeah, I don't like flippers early, like ever.
Yeah, unless you get a lot of money. But yeah, because
true.
and Ace, you were at like 430 or something.
Right. It was like kind of awkward and close. Like that's why I wanted to do. That's also one of the reasons I did Eastern first, is like hoping maybe I'll get Zora money and then I can fully do all the flippers checks all at once. But then I got like really close, but not quite there. So I was like, well, I was gonna water walk to like Waterfall Cave and check the ledge, and then water walk back to hobo, but that doesn't work when you have flippers.
No.
I remembered
No,
like
it
on the
doesn't.
way there. So I was like, well, I guess I'll just skip hobo forever and never look at the island. And that's not burned me before.
I didn't even pick up Zora's item.
No, that's right. I don't think anyone ever got around to it.
No, it was the
Heckin' bug net.
Oh, right. No, it was the bug net.
nice.
Yeah. Oh, you
Yeah.
didn't pick it up. Yeah. Yeah. Don't blame me. It's one of those items. Chat likes that item, but I know it's.
Yeah,
it's
but in like
definitely
quick
not one
swap,
for me.
it gives you an extra thing to swap between.
Yep.
So
That's
I
for sure.
definitely, did not want it.
So my next question is, when is your teammates playing this week?
Friday?
Yeah, it's
Yes,
Friday.
Friday.
I think.
Andy versus Hitsion, I believe.
Yep.
That's correct.
That should
Be
be a
good
fun
time.
one. That should be a really good one.
Yeah, I felt really bad early here. I'm not sure if it was noticeable on the restream, but I'm sure I had way more bonks than WeityWords did.
Oh no, I
bonked
had
every
a
guess
lot
we'll see
because
it. It was so
quick
bad.
swap makes me have more bonks because I'm trying to quick swap while I'm
Yeah.
dashing, and I like mess up and like I'm like trying to if I like go a one over and then I mess up, I just don't realize I have to stop my dash too. It's a lot of multitasking, so I have more bonks when I have quick swap on for sure.
So speaking of quick swap, AceZer0, how bad was that heart attack when you accidentally hit mirror on Ganon?
I wasn't worried about it. I never tried it before, but I didn't think it did anything. I'm glad I noticed right away that it didn't work, so like I didn't like ram my face into him because that would have been bad.
Yeah, that would have been bad.
Like if I'd kept walking thinking like I was doing the bow animation, that was the only concern there, but yeah, it was fine. I definitely felt bad. All my bonks, a lot of them were really early too. Like I know I bonked twice in the first like 20 seconds, just like nerves, and I definitely tried to squeak every little bit out of my dashes too. Like I know WeityWords is really good, like better than me execution wise, I would say.
So
And I felt like I had to play my absolute best to win.
what does Kelsey say? Every time you bonk, you lose like 60 frames of your life or something?
It's 70 frames
Is it
you
70?
lose.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even worse.
Yeah, so
More than
one
a
like
minute.
1.1 seconds or something like
Or
that.
sorry, yeah, more than a second. Yeah, a minute. Wow.
Yeah, I watched
That
you
would be
really-
a terrible ROM hack. An absolutely
I watched
terrible
her
ROM
do an
hack.
RNG. I watched her do an RMG run, and every time she bonked, she was like, "Well, that's 70 frames of my life gone."
No, like
No.
every time you bonk, the catfish animation pops up, so you have to wait for it to
There you
shake or
go.
something like that. Yeah, something like that.
So, chat, don't forget to give these guys a follow. They're putting on great shows and great runs for you right now while they're on this tournament. I know both runners are great. If you ever want to just see good rando runs, just watch them.
Yeah, I guess I should ask this since it's coming up this weekend. Are you both playing in the SG Live tournament?
I am not. I'm gonna be kind of busy, so I did not do any qualifiers, unfortunately.
No, I guess you won it last year, so you can.
Oh yeah, you got to retire on a high note.
Retire
So
on top, yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Ace.
Yes, yeah, I'm definitely competing in that. So that's gonna be a really tough tournament for sure.
Yeah, it is.
Like every
Yeah, have you
group is
seen some of the groups?
rough.
Because some of the people that bought tickets.
Yeah,
Instead of
there's some crazy
qualifying,
groups there.
there's
Yeah.
some
People
really-
like Jet, who won the last
Yep.
main tournament, came in as a low seed because he didn't do qualifiers.
Yeah, I feel bad for Korek because he didn't qualify for playoffs last year at SG Live, and now he also has another tough group this year.
That's gonna be fun to watch.
Yeah.
And of course, for those of you watching the league, we are gonna take a week off for SG Live. So, Brady, I guess you get a little bit of time off since you're not gonna be
Yeah,
playing in that.
I'm gonna be doing a little bit of spoiler practice for week 4. So
sport. I'm looking forward to week 4. That's gonna be. A
I
fun
love
mode,
I
think.
love spoiler races. They're a lot of fun.
Especially when commentators can chat with the pilots in chat.
Yeah.
Well, what are you doing? Why are you sending him that way? I have a master plan. Do not question the plan!
Ace, you doing the spoiler?
Yeah, I'm doing one of the weeks. Waterlow's gonna be our pilot both weeks. We decided,
Mhm.
so that should be interesting for sure. Should be fun.
All right. So yeah,
Well, I'm out of questions. So.
yeah. Anything else either one you want to add before we go ahead and close it out?
Yeah, just thanks for commentating, thanks for tracking and the whole restream. Appreciate it.
Yeah, same. Just want to echo that, and of course, good luck, WeightyWords, and the rest of your team going
Yeah,
forward.
you too.
You guys are a tough team to beat for sure. I'm happy
This
I got a little
this
bit lucky
whole
on this.
group, our whole group is really tough.
Oh, I know our division is crazy.
It's invitational for a reason.
Yeah. The Invitational is just not disappointing. We've had a lot of good races, so
Yep.
a lot of fun. All right, so I'm going to run through the upcoming schedule. Right now on Speed Gaming 4 may or may not still be going. Started at the exact same time as this one. We have Major Mistakes versus Never Do Chickens, Tito versus Dracarys at 6:10, which is been going for a while, but will definitely still be going. We have WJPDP, WJPDTB.
Willard's team. Just
Yes, Willard's team. Versus Did You Check Your Boot in the Name of DT versus Rampant Revenant. At 6:40, so that'll be starting. That started like 5 minutes ago, most likely. We have the Titans Mitts of 2019 versus Error 216, Dante versus Big Dunka. At 9:10, we have one last match. We have Opt Got Good versus Bomb Squad, Sir Link-A-Lot versus Synac. And since it's starting in the morning, I will mention that we also have an 8:10 Thursday morning match. Last Locations versus Team Jaime, Lin versus Kermit, and that is definitely a European matchup. So. Because 8:10 is not going to work so well for most of us in North America. But if I'm awake, I will be watching because that'll be a good one.
So I just looked at the SG4.
Yeah.
That's one you guys might want to watch the VOD for.
Okay. Well, we got Dr. Bob and Revolving Ocelot on commentary there, so you can't go wrong there.
Anything you want to say to finish things off?
Yeah, well, just also, of course, thank you to you, Kuchiri, for joining me on commentary. Always a pleasure. And to our tracker, 2D Tones, for pushing the buttons behind the scenes. And, of course, thanks to everyone in Speed Gaming and all of the organizers of the league. And I'll let you close us out.
All right. Don't forget to give basically everyone that helps out follow each other in chat because, these are times we need more friends. Thanks, Tracy, for being my co-commentator today. Follow all 6 Speed Gaming Network channels, plus our foreign language channels. And I guess the Link to Past League also has like a few channels of their own. Follow them, and may the Triforce be for all you guys. And I'll see you guys next time.